Welcome Dr. Sanchez and classmates to my graduate project discussing the performance review process. My name is Jen Hobbs and this PowerPoint is my graduate project for Management 5380 at Amberton University. The overall goal of this presentation is to present all aspects of performance management in relation to United Airlines Incorporated. This presentation uses United Airlines as the troubled airline company in current media and how they would benefit from performance management, performance review, and how United could effectively implement an effective performance management system. This is a fictional depiction of a performance management system created based on data comprised from several sources, including case studies, company information, and scholarly sources. At the end of this presentation, the audience will have an understanding of performance management and the relation to United Airlines Incorporated, an effective performance appraisal system, how to bridge the multi-generational gap to improve retention, and a question and answer opportunity. United Airlines Incorporated provides air transportation services in North America, the Asian Pacific, Europe, the Middle East, and Latin America. United Airlines Incorporated transports people and cargo through its main line and regional operations. As of December 31, 2016, the company operated 1,231 different aircrafts. It also sells fuel and offers catering, ground handling, and maintenance services for third parties. The company was founded in 1934 and is headquartered in Chicago, Illinois. United Airlines Incorporated has over 88,400 employees nationwide. They are a subsidiary of United Continental Holdings Incorporated. The mission statement for United Airlines is United is focused on being the airline customers want to fly, the airline employees want to work for, and the airline shareholders want to invest in. The vision statement for United relates to their customer commitment. We are committed to providing a level of service to our customers that makes us a leader in the airline industry. We understand that to do this, we need to have a product we are proud of and employees who like coming to work every day. United states, our goal is to make every flight a positive experience for our customers. To further meet customers' needs and provide more options to price-sensitive travelers, the company recently announced the introduction of basic economy fares. This new offering provides customers the option of paying the lowest fares to their destinations while still receiving the same standard economy experience, including food, beverage, Wi-Fi, and personal device entertainment, with a few key differences. Customers who choose Basic Economy will be assigned seats on the day of their departure, be assigned to boarding group 5, and be permitted only one personal carry-on item that must fit under the seat. In addition to Basic Economy, United will continue to offer Economy, Economy Plus, and Domestic First Class. United also announced its plans to optimize its network potential by continuing to leverage its leading international position while strengthening its domestic network, including improving the bank structures at key hubs in Chicago, Houston, and Newark, New York, and further improving both schedules and product in top business markets. In addition, United is improving its revenue management system to more accurately forecast demand to better optimize profitability on each flight. The company expects these system improvements to drive $900 million in incremental revenue by 2019. The company will continue to manage its cost management program and expects 2017 unit costs to grow 3.5 to 4.5% excluding fuel. The company expects 2018 to 2020 unit costs excluding fuel to grow less than 1% per year, due in part to its plan to remove $700 million of costs by 2020. To build on current success, United has made significant progress in operational reliability, with an improvement of nearly 10 percentage points year-to-date in on-time departures. The company plans to further improve performance with a specific focus on reducing long delays and cancellations, and executing on previously announced fleet reliability measures. The company also is accelerating its mobile strategy by expanding the types of transactions customers can make throughout their journey, including managing documentation for international travel and expanding rebooking options within the United app. United currently has also ratified agreements for all its employee groups with the exception of its technicians. The technicians are expected to vote on their contract before the end of 2017. United Airlines is the world's most comprehensive global route network, including world-class international gateways to Asia and Australia, Europe, Latin America, Africa, and the Middle East with non-stop or one-stop service from virtually anywhere in the United States. The company has a modern fleet, which is the most fuel-efficient among U.S. network carriers. They have an industry-leading loyalty program that provides more opportunities to earn and redeem miles worldwide. Additionally, United has optimal hub options, including hubs in the 5 largest cities in the United States, including Washington, D.C., Chicago, Illinois, San Francisco, California, Denver, Colorado, and Los Angeles. Potential risks within United Airlines Incorporated includes the issue that flight attendants are not reviewed within the airline. There is currently not a system in place that annually or otherwise reviews the performance of flight attendants. They are only reviewed on their attendance. Additionally, second quarter sales have declined in 2017. After a strong 2016 fiscal year and a strong first quarter in 2017, sales have declined in the second quarter. Lack of participation is one of the potential risks with performance management. Without participation, the system will fail. It's critical to create a system that management and employees can get behind and support in order to maximize willingness to participate. Another risk is not creating a SMART strategy in performance management development. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. Specific ensures all metrics are attributed to an individual, team, or department who can be held responsible for them. Measurable means that each metric must be concrete rather than subjective. Attainable means that targets should be realistic and agreed to by the person or group responsible for them. Relevant means that the metric should be in line with business strategy. And time-based means that your metric should have an appropriate time frame for improvement. Though tempting, instances of metrics underperformance should not be used to blame or punish an employee. Performance tends to be caused by an organizational problem and process breakdown, not people performance issues, so employees should not be punished based solely on metrics. United Continental Holdings Incorporated is listed on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol UAL and began trading on October 1, 2010. United delivers leading customer service, meaningful profitability, and sustainable long-term value for shareholders. In 2016, United Airlines Incorporated achieved best full-year on-time performance while reporting the lowest number of cancellations, delay minutes, and mishandled bags in company history. United reported a full-year net income of $2.3 billion, pre-tax earnings of $3.8 billion, and pre-tax margin of 10.4%. Excluding special items, United reported full-year net income of $2.9 billion, pre-tax earnings of $4.5 billion, and pre-tax margin of 12.2%. United reported fourth quarter net income of $397 million, pre-tax earnings of $884 million, and pre-tax margin of 9.8%. Excluding special items, United reported fourth quarter net income of $562 million, pre-tax earnings of $857 million, and pre-tax margin of 9.5%. Technicians and related employees ratified a joint contract in the fourth quarter, and United has completed new agreements with every domestic unionized work group in 2016. Employees also earned $628 million in profit sharing for 2016. On April 9, 2017, Dr. David Dow refused to give up his seat to United crew members who needed to get to their next destination. After being asked to leave the plane, Dr. Dow refused, at which point protocol was followed and the Federal Aviation Security arrived to handle the issue. This is unfortunately where the situation took a turn for the worse. The passenger still refused and was eventually removed from the plane. The situation did not end there. Instead, after being removed, Dr. Dow ran back onto the aircraft and had to be forcibly removed from the aircraft the second time. This resulted in Dr. Dow being dragged off the plane, appearing to be unconscious. As a result, Dr. Dow has 2 missing front teeth, has a broken nose, and a concussion from being knocked out. While blame is being placed on the passenger and the airline, there's no clear distinction for who was at fault for the situation. Since technically the crew did not touch the passenger and the removal was conducted by the Federal Aviation Security, United did not contribute to the injuries. But the simple fact remains: changes need to be made in order to avoid future incidents that create such backlash. The implementation of an effective performance management system would be a strong first step to future prevention and crew accountability. Herman Aginis defines performance management as a continuous process of identifying, measuring, and developing the performance of individuals and teams and aligning performance with the strategic goals of the organization. There are two components of performance management. The performance appraisal system is an annual event to discuss strengths and weaknesses of employees. The performance management system is an ongoing system that is consistent and provides ongoing feedback and coaching to ensure performance improves throughout the year. This system provides an opportunity for changes to be made prior to an appraisal and encourages continuous improvement. Since both systems go hand in hand, they're equally necessary. With a constant management process of creating goals, setting objectives, and reviewing performance, an appraisal will likely be more beneficial to an employee since they are constantly getting feedback and not just feedback once a year. The management system allows for opportunity for changes to be made prior to an appraisal and allows for continuous improvement. In order to create change and prevent another issue like the one on April with Dr. Dow, a performance management system should be implemented to the executives and the flight crew. This student recommends a two-sided system that will hold all parties accountable in hopes of creating a better system. The airline needs to create a better system to rebook any passengers before they board a flight if they know a crew will need to be on the aircraft. This should take place at least an hour before the flight is set to take off, to allow for any rebookings of flights for passengers. There should also be an incentive for passengers that give up their flight, a voucher for another flight, or a free round-trip ticket. This is a change that needs to occur on the executive level, which would also call for better performance reviews to ensure that policies and customer rights are being upheld. Since this situation has placed a spotlight on the crew, it would be beneficial that crews have annual performance evaluations as well as consistent feedback to encourage improvements. At this time, a system is not in place to evaluate the performance of the flight attendants. Creating a system would be a major component of holding crews accountable for any wrongdoing or poor customer service. Using tools like surveys, Yelp reviews, and social media posts are a few important recommendations to the updated system. Expectations of crew members include, but is not limited to, the following. Crew members considered the impact of the customer as a key factor of any changes. They took personal interest in ensuring that customer needs were met. Crew members actively sought feedback from customers rather than waiting for complaints. They empathized with and assisted customers having problems. They also dealt with difficult customers skillfully and appropriately. Crew members explained reasons behind decisions to customers and other crew members and offered alternative solutions. They built a rapport with customers by initiating conversations. They investigated and corrected customer problems promptly and offered alternative solutions where appropriate. Additionally, they applied company procedures when appropriate. Benefits to crew members of a strong performance management system include accountability, customer retention, employee retention, consistent employee responsibilities, and a positive customer experience. The 21st century workforce is like nothing we have ever seen. With multiple generations working together, it creates a dynamic that has to be worked around. People are living longer and as a result are working longer. This is creating a multi-generational work environment of college graduates to retirement age employees and everyone in between. Because of this large gap, companies are struggling to relate to the employees, retain them, engage them, and lead them. Based on research, this student would suggest that the performance review system is created to overcome this multi-generational gap, which will encompass the dynamics of what customers and employees want to see. This is where surveys will prove helpful, as they will spotlight the changes and issues that customers outside the organization see, as well as the issues that internal employees see. Surveys and reviews will unfortunately provide limitations of the study. Reviews with businesses like Yelp will only be held to less than 2,000 customer views, and case studies will refer to the executives and board members. The issue with surveys is that not all customers will complete them. Usually customers will only complete a survey if there is an incentive, or if they experienced a problem. The system created will have 5 components: prerequisite, performance planning, execution, assessment, and review. The goal with participation is to attract high levels from all parties. Support and commitment from management is critical to building a performance management system, so management will play a critical role in the execution of the annual and mid-year review. Roles will be clearly defined for crew members, and the system will explain the links between each role. Open communication will motivate employees and encourage participation. It will also deliver high performance and clarify expectations and behaviors that are expected, as well as expected results. Consistency and fairness in application will allow for all crew members to avoid bias in the review process. And finally, a recognition and reward system will be established and will coordinate with the framework of the system. Performance planning is the most critical component, as this allows for employees and supervisors to have a thorough knowledge of the performance management system, as well as a discussion of both results and behaviors and a development plan. Dealing with performance problems and taking disciplinary actions are 2 frustrating and stressful issues management needs to be concerned about. United will need to reassess its systems in improving employee performance and job satisfaction. They can achieve this by improving employees' work schedules, linking performance to rewards, and changing its leadership styles. These recommendations may help United to achieve more effective human resource practices, increase worker motivation, and enhance job performance and satisfaction, as well as increase employee retention. In order to do so, top management must be knowledgeable about managerial techniques and the daily operations of the business, if they or their employees are to perform effectively. More importantly, top management must realize that their effectiveness is determined by the performance of their employees, and that training, support, information, and involvement will enable employees to perform more effectively. By improving the working hours of flight attendants, United will be able to address long working hours and the lack of resting periods that has led to employee fatigue and prevented employees from performing at their fullest potential. These issues have resulted in poor customer service, productivity, and a decrease in job satisfaction. By decreasing the working hours, employees can work more efficiently. In addition, United may be able to make use of the employees in shorter time spans, decreasing the competition for hours. United also needs to avoid constantly assigning last-minute schedules to its cabin members and pilots, as this causes further employee grievance, which also leads to poor performance. The goal is to balance out the long flying hours to the off time employees should reasonably take. This way, employees flying long hours could earn time off to recover and recharge from shifts. To tie in with scheduling, the development of a reward system linked to performance is recommended. In order to improve customer service, United should implement a system which links employee performance to their working schedules. In doing so, they would have to implement an evaluation system to determine the most competent employees. Implementing an evaluation survey to its passengers during their flights to evaluate their overall flying experience with United from check-in to in-flight services. After determining the high-performing groups, the employees will be rewarded by granting first priority on bidding for their working time slots. Implementing this system can help increase productivity and service, improve customer and employee satisfaction, company reputation, and employee performance. United Airlines must also create a system that monitors late check-ins, missed flights, missed meetings, missed training, or tardiness. This will create accountability with their flight crews. Since attendance is the only component of their current review process, The attendance policy will link to the new recommendations. The evaluation surveys that are collected during their in-flights to evaluate their overall flying experience with United from check-in to in-flight services will also be used to review onboard service. The employees will be group surveyed with their crew schedule. This survey will directly link to customer satisfaction and will provide direct feedback from customer interactions with the flight crew. This student recommends the use of electronic surveys so that data captured can automatically update to a corporate drive. This would ensure that surveys are not lost or thrown away. However, this method would incur additional company expenses as the survey would be on a tablet or iPad. Execution of the updated performance management system is two-sided and assesses management and crew members. Managers are to arrive at decisions with a consensus of crew members where appropriate. Encourage crew members to solve their own problems, ensure the crew adheres to company policies and procedures, take a professional interest in crew welfare on board or at gate, set goals for the flight crew and follow through to ensure they were met, acknowledge and assist others in valuing their ability skills, recognize and praise individual performance where appropriate, ensure proper demonstration of safety routines prior to takeoff and landing, assess efficiency when servicing passengers with snacks, meals, drinks, comfort items, or requests. Enforce personal grooming, such as wearing appropriate jewelry or wearing uniform jackets when serving meals, as well as monitor and correct grooming where necessary, for example, beard length. Ensure the crew is following proper procedures for special needs passengers, infants, or individuals with wheelchairs. Crew members are expected to effectively communicate with their supervisors, ensure proper demonstration of safety routines prior to takeoff and landing, execute efficiency when servicing passengers, be responsible for personal grooming, follow proper procedures for special needs passengers, infants, or individuals with wheelchairs, prepare performance reviews, ensure surveys are provided to passengers during each flight, work together as one crew to service passengers, and collect and share performance data with their managers. In the assessment phase, a self-evaluation will be completed by the flight attendant crew member, and another evaluation will be completed by the manager of the crew member. Promoting self-review promotes dual involvement and development. It also creates an opportunity for crew members to have an awareness of their performance and an accountability. Topics in review discuss whether the crew member follows all guidelines of execution expectations, is able to calm others in a difficult situation, maintains best behavior that reflects well on United, follows grooming standards, remains calm under pressure, remains diplomatic and avoids conflict, remains positive and enthusiastic, and is punctual. Feedback will be ongoing with the performance management system based on the guidelines expected of managers. Additionally, performance appraisals will occur twice annually in January and July. This will be an in-person meeting with the crew members and their manager to discuss feedback of their performance. Reward and discipline will be based on results. If results are not within the corporate guidelines, for example, if crew members have too many unscheduled absences or they are not adhering to the guidelines and execution expectations, the crew member can be placed on an action plan to increase service and performance. The review will be composed of an onboard performance where the results from the survey completed by passengers are addressed. The company goal would be to rate an 8 or higher on all survey questions. Attendance will also be reviewed to discuss tardiness, missed flights, and more. A review of crew member discipline will also be included to ensure that United crew members are adhering to the mission statement and vision of the company. Knowledge will also be reviewed as mandatory training that will need to be completed annually. In order to pass the training, crew members must attend and pass the training courses. Based on this review, raises for crew members would be salaried based on performance. Updated scheduling, rewards based on performance, and monetary or non-monetary bonuses would be discussed as well. An adequate performance appraisal system is a prerequisite for evaluating work and performance of all employees, including top management. The goal of performance measuring is income justification, bonus awards, and recognition of highly performing employees. Performance appraisal systems can be successful only if planned and designed according to organizational strategy. Employees need to recognize their role in the process of achieving company goals and plans. Thank you for flying the friendly skies.